Welcome to Glowing Card Gaming Day Shift. It is July 27th, 2025, 3:30 p.m. Do you know where your gamers are? And now, Glowing Card Gaming with your host, Adam. Hey everybody. I thought I would try something a little different today. I'm going to try and do a Nukes top 5 or top 10 scary video. So we're gonna, I mean, child warning, probably not the best to have children under 12 or 10 watch this without parental supervision. Disclaimer. Yeah, so I've seen Queso kind of do this, and yes, I've kind of modeled the channel a little bit after him, but I've liked these videos before I knew he was doing it. And he really debunks these. I mean, it's always, oh, it's fishing string. Oh, that's blah, blah. And there are times where I agree with him, and there are times where I think he's dead on 100% accurate. And then there are other times where I'm like, I'm not so sure about that. Um, I'm also Catholic, so like ones where there's like a possession or there are some evil spirits around. I believe that stuff happens. I've seen enough. Um, I've had two experiences in my life, both at a friend's house on the western slope of Colorado. I'll just leave it at that. And one of those was when I was there. I was like his living room is almost like a horse room shape with all this room around the outside of the couches, and then he's got a nice little table, and then there's some room before the TV, so you can go around the couches. But on that side I was going to, there's a nice big window in his front door. So, and it's kind of dark out there. I mean the porch lights on, and but the window you can see the reflection of all the lights and everything inside. And I'm looking at the window and at the reflection, and I just see what looks like the figure of a man. Um, I don't know if he was looking at me or whatever, but all of a sudden he just kind of moved off to the side as I was walking, and I thought, huh, that was weird. It's a weird reflection. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna walk again and see what that really was, because that can't be what I thought it was. So sitting there, trying to go at it again, and like different angles, tried to mirror the exact path I was on. I could not replicate that guy moving off to the side. I thought it might have been reflection from the TV somehow, even though they're like 90 degrees from each other, and it would have been tough to get a reflection straight on at my angle. It just didn't seem like I couldn't see the TV. Later on, I realized that in the reflection. Um, so I don't know what caused that, and I thought that was weird, and I couldn't replicate it. So I chalked that up to something unexplainable. Is that a haunting? I don't know. But I will say this. Later on, actually, I think this actually happened before that incident. Different time I was over there visiting him. Um, he Off that living room there is a bedroom on the back. There's actually three bedrooms. So there's the master bedroom off on the, I guess if you're facing the TV, it'd be on the right side as you're facing that TV. On the left side, there's a bathroom, a guest bedroom, and then there's another bedroom, but there's nothing in that. It was basically a storage room for him. So we're staying in the guest bedroom, and he had long since done passed out and went to bed. And he had taken his dinner in there to eat it and then pass out, because he has to get up really early to go for his job. I'm not gonna say more because I don't really want to give anything away. But he had to get up really early for his job and drive in when it was still dark out. So he's been disappeared for hours, 3 or 4 hours. So finally, my wife and I get ready to go to bed, and you know she's in the restroom doing whatever she needs to do to get ready, and I was sitting on the edge of the bed, door open. Now there's a little light on the outside of the bedroom, in between the bedroom and bathroom, so it's lighting up that little hallway there and kind of casting a little bit of light out into the living room, um, where that horseshoe thing is. Now I'm facing that way, and behind that living room is a kitchen. It has a nice little bar around it, and then it goes out, and there's a bunch of windows on that side for the back door, and it goes up into kind of a mountain area. I only tell you this because I can kind of see out that door to the little kitchen area a little bit. Um, I really can't see the path from his room to the kitchen, from my friend's room to the kitchen. But I'm sitting on the edge of the bed, you know, taking my shoes off, relaxing, getting ready, and out of nowhere, I hear what sounds like a plate being placed pretty loudly into the kitchen sink and then kind of being scraped off. I mean, it was really loud. And I thought, oh, he finally came out of it. He must have woken up and wants to get the food and everything out of his room. And he probably put it in the sink first and then realized, oh, there was food on it still. I need to scrape that off in the trash. So just after the noise ended, I was already up on my feet walking out, thinking, I'll just go real quick, tell him, hey, we're still up, we're getting ready to go to bed though. We'll see him in the morning. Um, Whatever. So it was so loud and so off-putting. My wife actually came out of the bathroom, and I was already in a position to see if my friend would have gone back to his room. And it's a big distance. It's not like even running, I would have seen if he was doing that, running back to his room. So I'm like, what is happening here? All the lights are still off, which I thought was weird. I thought he would have had one on either in the kitchen or the side room or whatever. So I'm like, let me just walk over to the kitchen. So I walk over to the kitchen, and my wife kind of is following me, and then I turn on the light to the kitchen, and I'm looking around the kitchen. There are no plates out. There's literally two empty sinks, one for washing and one for rinsing off, like most people have. And then there's that little bar area that was completely clean. There was just nothing on it. There was nothing. There was nothing in the sinks. There wasn't there wasn't even a stopper in there, like a metal stopper or anything, because I thought, well, maybe that would have fallen off and caused it. Wasn't there. Nothing. Um, so it was a little strange, those things that occurred in that house. And then his girlfriend at the time actually sent me some photos. If I still have those, I might post it. They're kind of weird, shadowy streaks on the photo, and there was just a couple of those. So I thought that's just weird altogether. So, I mean, throughout my life, I've always been kind of a fan of the paranormal. I get biblically we're probably no, not probably we're not supposed to mess with spirits or anything like that. So I'm not directly messing with them. So I kind of justify it that way. So take that as you will. But I thought, you know, and I've watched some of the paranormal videos and stuff online before, and I figured, you know, right now I would do something a little different in my attempts to trying to expand the channel a little bit, grow the channel, see what everybody thought about it. And I figured we'd watch some Nukes top five. Let me see if I can get the. Probably should have did this before. Um, Audio capture, audio input, chat box, alert box, face. If I do game capture, is it going to ask me? Can I do like other than game capture? Let me close that. Let me do. Oh, maybe browser. Oh, that's not. Uh, what is that? Well, maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll just do some Balatro. Um, Here, let me see real quick. Let me see. Oh yeah, right here. I think we can do that. No? Let me delete this. Yeah. Wait. From the browser source. Hold on. Let me see if I can capture. I think I almost have this. Let me work with this for. Please be patient with me for just a second here. See if we can get this new top five on here, and we can watch it together. And let me delete this because I don't think this is going to be it for this round. Let me see if I can do the game capture. 1 second here. I have the window captured it's kind of the game capture. So I thought that would come across, but I'm not seeing it. Um, oh, well, there's my logo. Um, let me try the web capture again. Let me do another source. Let me do browser source. Add source. Uh, let me let me try this. Well, it's looking like I can put the URL in here, but it doesn't. Can I then close this? Can I negotiate it on here? Is it gonna allow me to do that? No. No, it will not. What is happening? All right. This is not good. Thank you guys for bearing with me and being a little patient with me. Let me. Oh, let me go back. I think it has it right here. Oh, interact. It says interact on it right somewhere. Okay. Let's try this one. Oh, there's a screen capture. Well, should I try that? Let's try that. Close that. Let's do one more thing. Let's do screen capture. There we go. Let's delete this. Yep. There we go. Look at that. Now we have it. Guys, chat. We have it. You didn't think I could do it, did you? I didn't think I could do it either. Can we not do full screen on this, please? Can we bring this to the front? Oh, jeez. I just want to bring this to the front. Oh my God. Why do things have to be so difficult? All right, we're gonna figure this out later. We're gonna kind of make this a little smaller, put it off to the side. Make it a little bigger. All right. Sorry. This the way it's gonna be for the first run here. After this, we're gonna do another run of Balatro until I get that run. Once I get that run, we're gonna go to Out of the Park Baseball 2026. Rockies can they had a little bit of a run there, probably because of that run they had after the All-Star break. They are probably not going to be the worst team in Major League Baseball history, but we'll see. I mean, they're still flirting with it. They don't have the number of wins they need to be out of that yet, but they can definitely do it now. If you count the win before the All Star break, I know I've said this before, um, and you kind of cut it off with I mean, today's loss, yesterday's loss. If you do from that last win on back, one, they were tied for the best record since the All Star break at that point, but they also had won 6 of 8, I believe. They'd only lost two games, or maybe 5 of 7, something like that. So it really bumped up their numbers towards that not being the worst team. So I think at this point it's pretty safe to say they probably won't be, but I don't even know if they'll hit 50 wins. Enough of that. Let's get into chat. Do you have one of these you'd like to see more than the others? I was thinking, well, what do we have that's new? This is the latest from 6 days ago. I don't think I've watched this one. Let's do this one, guys. Kelly from North. Here we go. I don't know if you guys seen this or if you like it. If you haven't, maybe this will be a new experience for you. These are great. Let's get ready. It says top 5, but I think he's been doing 10 or 15 or however, whatever the number is. I'm getting hot. Look at this. We're gonna take this. I'm gonna get all sexy for you. for this horrified video. Um, Here we go. Oh, we're gonna.
Kelly from North Carolina says that her brother Rick has experienced paranormal activity in his home for the last couple of years.
So my brother has poltergeists. Everywhere he's gone, we've.
Okay, so just an FYI, I believe I watched Queso kind of debunk these. Let's go to a different one. One I don't think I've seen. Let's see what this one's like. And he's getting fewer and farther between videos, it looks like, too. Alright.
Late one evening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Heather Paul is outside on her front porch having some ice cream with her husband and her 2 sons. But then...
How many of these have I seen?
Spots something that absolutely creeps her out.
Thanks for the follow.
Hey! Heavy. Oh my. Pause. First of all, thank you for the follow, KV in you. I know I'm screwing that up, but thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that, helping the channel grow. It looks like you're watching from Kick, so thanks for following on there. The old lady. Now I'm gonna stop it here, because I believe that's right there. That seems like that's a real person. And with the type of camera they have, the footage is kind of grainy and not well done. Let's back up just a second here, because I want to see. You could see the person coming into frame right here. Does that look like they are in front of the car?
What?
That doesn't look see-through. It is a little weird.
What did you say,
And they
Mommy?
do look a little see-through. But again,
I couldn't hear you.
there's kind of this thing that like, most of you guys are too young to remember. But there's this thing that used to happen when you used to take pictures yourself, and you take them to the 1-hour photo mat to get them developed, and then they would give you your pictures back. Sometimes what would happen is the cameras, somehow you could rewind the film inside of the camera, and it wouldn't expose it right away until you took a second picture, and then it would overlay that first and second picture, so you get like this double development kind of thing going on. I think something similar is happening on some of these videos, where there's just something else going on. I get it's a live stream, maybe it's only a single video or something like that, but it also could be something done before they posted the video. They added it in. So it's really tough for me, without seeing it with my own eyes, to trust what's on a camera, especially in the age of AI. AI could just add it in, no problem. But she does act, and she says, that lady scares me. So it could be that she was already planning on... It could be that she was already planning on adding that in, or it really is a ghost.
Heather
I can't
whispers,
debunk
"She
it other than
scares
that.
me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about.
So she's the only one that sees it
Her
too.
husband and sons can
So
see
it's
the bizarre figure dressed
weird.
in white that is walking down the sidewalk only about
She,
20
it
feet
it looks like a
away.
grandma in
Heather
slippers
says
and
that the woman
dementia or
looked like,
something.
quote, a lady dressed
Which
like a nurse from the 1950s,
I think
with an eerie
Queso.
grin on her face.
That's wait, hold on.
Heather
Let's
is
go
now
back, because there is something a little more creepy. Look at her eyes right here when she comes out of the other side of the tree. Her eyes kind of glow a little bit. It isn't. It does start. It looks like maybe that reflection on the back tire, but then as she continues to walk, her eyes move with her in that glow. That is a little eerie, a little creepy.
From their front door security camera, And sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking right
And
by.
again,
It
see-through.
just immediately
But
creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even
it's
weirder.
tough without
Because you
experiencing it
see,
yourself.
Heather lives only a mile away from a
I know
notorious
there's
old
tons of
abandoned
people out
mental
there
asylum, the Philadelphia
who have
State
actually had the
Hospital at
experiences
Byberry.
and
For a
have
little
seen
backstory, I live
things with
about a
their
mile
own
from where
eyes,
Byberry State Hospital
just
used to be.
like
This
that.
is one of the, I'm pretty
That's
sure, the
tougher to
most
debunk
notorious
in
mental
real life.
hospital
I
in
don't
the
know how you
country.
would do that
A lot of abuse went on
without,
there.
like,
There was
walking a
lobotomies
piece of
performed on
glass
patients. There
across
was
or
experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their
something
lives
already
because
being
they
in
were just
place for
treated
that.
so horribly.
Um,
The conditions that that hospital was in was
I'm
so
sure it can be done.
inhumane,
I'm
and no
sure there are
human should have
magicians
ever had
out
to
there
go through what
that
these
have
patients
figured
went
out how to
through, and
do
these
that.
people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded, like the
But
nurse to
yeah,
patient ratio
and
was just extreme.
I don't care about the history. We could skip past all that. I don't care about that. I want to see the creepy footage. Show me that. I don't care about any of this other stuff. Um, but now that I'm thinking about how you might even fake that, they do sell Halloween stuff that you can. I get that it's like, I think it's a film or something like that that you can post over a door. Oh no, oh no, I figured it out. I figured out how you could do it. It's depth perception. It's something that's not, it's not back there. If they had one of those things that creates those Halloween images, like there are films you can put on the door and it looks like a ghost walks out or is coming to and from inside the room, or wherever that piece of plexiglass or film is that it's projecting against. Um, you could do the same thing here, except that in this case you could put it up against the glass, the window, or wherever the camera is. You could put it right there, and you could program it to act like it's in the background, but it's really like this big on the piece of cellophane or something. I hope that's not really it. I'd really like to think that is a ghost. Um, but again, I don't believe it. Let's see if there's something right here.
Even weirder still, Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital. So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital? And if not,
She looks more
why
solid
could
on
no
this
one else
side,
see the strange woman
and as she's
walking down the
crossing, she
sidewalk?
becomes more transparent.
Ho ho, no.
So for actual hauntings, from what I've seen in the past in different videos, the ghosts tend to lose energy as they manifest, and they do whatever they're doing. So it does make sense that looks solid, starts losing energy, starts looking see-through. I don't know. I'm just giving you all of my thoughts. I don't know if it's real or not.
Cara Messina lives in an old house in New York State that was built in the 1800s and has a very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom. Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has
I
lived
don't.
there, they have...
Okay. While that's kind of dark history, I get that, but I think that the Underground Railroad, because that's really what they're talking about here, I think that was a good thing in that there's a lot of people they're helping out. They're helping to get to freedom, and they're hiding them in the basement to do that. So I would think that's, I get that they're scared, and they're being hunted, and there's some trauma there, but it should be a good thing that they made it. They made it out. They were hiding, then they move on to the next place, and so on and so forth. I really, when it says negative, I'm not so sure I agree 100% with that. Maybe there was some negative, um, But this place was obviously never found during that time. It was only later that it's discovered that's what it was.
Have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years. So one day Kara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
So for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent, and all
It's the sound of a railroad. You can hear the train.
of a sudden I hear Santa, and I thought it was coming from outside. And
Oh, I
it's
have
not.
seen this one.
And this is my
Dang it.
basement.
Maybe we'll just pick a random one here. We'll finish this one. We'll pick another one.
Summer.
So my initial thought is it's malfunctioning. There's something malfunctioning with this doll. I mean, it's just coming on. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like what it would normally play when it was turned on. Now, whether this thing is actually, I bet they're going to turn it like, I can't remember this video fully, but they'll probably turn it around and the switch will be in the off position. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The circuit inside the doll to electrify the internal systems or produce power can short out. I mean, there could be a little bit of water condensation in there, and the water can reach from one wire to another or complete that circuit, however that switch works in there, and it could actually activate it depending on where they're at. Now, a place like I live is really dry, and that would be a little bit harder to do, but a place on the coast or somewhere, I could do it.
Tell me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
And and
What?
and realistically, Saint Nicholas, a saint, come on.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months,
It is down in the bottom of the box. I get that.
and it's off.
Okay, hold on. It is possible as she ripped that out, it did look like something kind of brushed that area as she was pulling it out. I don't know how hard it is to turn that thing on or off. It could be that it as she moved it, it turned it off. It is a possibility. Whether that actually happened or not, I don't know. But it was on as she was touching it, and she pulls it out, and then it flicks it off. I can see that, unfortunately. I don't know whether that really happened or not. Also, to be turned on in like manner, it could be in that box literally for months. And nothing happening. It's just the gravity still pulling on it that entire time, and then it like after all that time kind of shifts somewhere in the box and just settles a little bit, and it causes the because it was she pulled it out in a different position than it was laying in. So it could possibly have happened where it settled and that again switched on, especially if it's a really loose on-off switch.
Kara's daughter flips through a box, which ironically contains 2 old Chucky dolls, only to find that a Santa figurine has suddenly activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even weirder here that video viewers noticed after this clip was uploaded. Because, did you hear it?
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months, and it's off.
Just as the Santa doll is picked up and suddenly stops talking,
It does sound like it
I've
says
seen
no
it
stop.
frantically yell, "No, stop!"
I don't know what it's supposed to say in that next bit. So it says something about you know what my name is, or you know my name, or something like that. The next thing could be no, you don't, or no. I don't know what the next few words would be. but because they didn't hear it in the moment, and it wasn't caught until you're watching the video back, I would like to hear the loop of what's being said and see if there's some spot in the loop that would match that. And it just happens to sound like no stop.
So is Car's basement haunted? Is the little Santa doll possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence? You decide.
All right.
Daddy?
Now we're done with this one. I've seen. All right. Let's pick one.
In the following video, a young boy falls asleep on the couch after watching TV by himself. The boy's father, known as Oscar Nunez, had no idea that his son was
I've seen it. I've seen all these.
A woman named Natalie who lives in the UK with her family says that lately strange things have been happening in their home. Natalie says that recently they have been doing renovations in their older house, and she believes that...
Here, where's the... Do we have like a... Here, show more? Show fewer? I don't know. Yeah. Let's go to something that maybe I haven't seen before. What's this one?
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera. Something in the sewer. Now, this next strange video was recorded for educational purposes by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities
Have I watched
Department.
every
The clips
freaking
were
one of
actually
these?
filmed as an educational video for kids to show children what you can and can't flush down a toilet. The footage shows a robotic camera being guided through a long sewer system. Everything appears normal
Let's
until
look
the
at
camera
it.
approaches something very strange in the dark water.
I know it's small, you guys probably don't. Looks like a frog.
Something that almost looks like a small headless pale torso appears
Yeah, but
to
it
be
looks like a
disturbed
frog-
by the
it
camera,
looks like a
and the
frog's foot.
creepy-looking hand seems to reach out
It's
and
a
attempt
frog's
to grab
foot.
at the lens.
I mean, it's
Now,
not webbed,
I have
but
no idea what this is.
it looks like a bullfrog.
And neither does anyone at the Athens Public Utilities Department. They
They
claim
gotta
the
have
footage is
bullfrogs in
still
Georgia.
under investigation. So for now, this
It looks
eerie
like a
figure is a
bullfrog to me.
complete and
Yeah, it's a
total
bullfrog.
mystery. The Ghosts of the Queen Mary. Paranormal investigator and author Brandon Alvis, who some of you might know from the popular TV series Ghost Hunters, has dedicated many...
Let's no.
The Last Stop.
We'll try this one, and if I've seen this one, we'll go back to the other one because I don't remember that one too well. So
The Last Stop.
we'll just fast forward to the
This
Ghost Hunter
viral
one.
video was shared by multiple social media accounts on the internet, but none of them mentioned the original source. The video shows a man inspecting an old abandoned bus somewhere in the rural countryside of Japan.
This doesn't look
Of
familiar.
course, as you might expect, things take a terrifying turn.
I don't think I've seen this one. Can we even full screen this? Let's full screen this, guys. How about I share this? Interesting. So it's a junky, spooky old bus. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Seems like a natural, normal reaction, too. Oh, and then you don't see her. It's so fast, though, like... Here, let's go back and rewatch that in real time. So we know her head's going to be in the window here. So now we know what we're looking for. What? I mean, if they faked it and it was an actual girl, what could have happened is there could have been an actual person there, and as the person's coming in, they could have ducked down and kind of out as the other person was coming in. There might have been room depending on how skinny everybody was. It is creepy.
As the man approaches the entrance to the
but I
bus,
don't
a girl can be
hear
seen
any
watching
movement.
him from the window.
Let's
He quickly looks inside, but there's no one there. Now, because there's no source, it's impossible
see.
to
She
say
could
whether this footage
she
is
could be
real
moving, or
fake.
like she could have
But as
dove.
always, I leave that up to you to decide.
I mean, he's right on it. See the way it
Something
moves.
watches
It's almost
over.
like he's. Dang it!
Paranormal
Almost like he's
investigator
moving
Alex
out of the
from
way.
YouTube channel
I don't know.
Hunting the Unknown sets out
But there's
to
no.
investigate an old abandoned
Well,
nun
his sound
convent
could have
in the
covered it up.
south of
I don't
England.
know.
The old building also doubled as an asylum for the mentally ill.
That was a good
The
one.
convent/asylum.
All right, let's. I don't care about any of that.
Alone, with
All right.
nothing but a camera and a flashlight.
Are we there?
While inside, he gets the.
Here we go.
Someone
Here we go.
is
We're there.
watching him.
Hello, is anyone here?
Dude, I have to mention this because I like Queso's stream and I like what he does. He just played this game where it's I think it's like Silent Night or something like that. It's like where it's about night terrors where you have night paralysis. That game is so incredibly creepy. It is probably the scariest game I've seen him play. He's walking through an abandoned school, and it's very well done on the inside. It's very realistic. But at one point, it has him turn his mic on, and as he's like, hello, like a couple seconds later, you just hear this voice echo back in a lower tone. Hello? Oh my god, what is so creepy? And like as he's saying stuff into the mic, into the game, it takes about a second and a half, and then it echoes back. It's giving me goosebumps just thinking about it now. Check that one out. Check that one out. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one, so I'm liking it. So the tapping never does anything for me. He says he's alone, but
Hello?
no way anyone should ever be alone exploring an abandoned building. At least 2. But probably more like 4. You want a good team of people around you.
Alex hears strange
Because you never know
voices and
who
feels
else is
like
going to be
he's
out
being
there, if they're going to be
followed.
armed.
Then he captures something absolutely terrifying.
And he's out there looking for this. I would not be out there looking for it. Right when he goes through.
Did you see it?
No.
The investigator doesn't even notice, but as he passes
Oh,
one
I
of the
see.
empty
I
old
do see it.
asylum rooms, an ominous dark
So-
figure seems to be lurking inside.
Un-
A figure with a creepy resemblance to the shadowy outline of a nun. So could it be that the old nun who allegedly haunts the convent was watching Alex? Well, who knows? But you can watch this entire
It does look
exploration
3D.
over on the YouTube channel, Hunting the
The-
Unknown.
The problem I have with this
Fire and brimstone.
is, as I've already
Isn't it?
said, let me pause here. The problem I have with that is what I've already said, is that he says he's alone. Is he really alone? If he's not, that's a second person. It's 3D, it looks creepy. I mean, you dress somebody all in black, and you put them in the room standing there, you know, fully clothed and like a blanket on them or like a sheet or something like that. You could get that result. And the same thing with the knocking. You're whoever your second person is just in some random room away from you. That's it. You have a haunted video.
This bizarre video
I don't
is
like
a
it.
bit of a mystery. The video was shared to the internet without a source, and it's a bit unclear as to exactly what is going on here. The footage shows a dangerous fire near 2 cars, and something else truly disturbing. someone or something can be seen silently walking through the fire, seemingly unbothered and unhurt. Eerily, the figure resembles the shape of a small child.
That's a good one.
Could it be that the fire tragically claimed a victim whose spirit is lost in the blaze? Without a source, we'll just never know. The woman in white.
I've already gave some theories
Musician
on
Pedro Olives
how to
from
fake that.
Torreon, Mexico, is driving home late one night on the Saltillo-Torreon
Same.
highway when
Same
he
thing.
spots something
Video
truly
editing
disturbing.
could be faked. If it's not, it's really, I mean, it's really good evidence, I think. Is that a... Hold on. Somebody standing on the side of the road here? Yep, a woman running down the side of the road in a dress.
A woman dressed in white can be seen running in the emergency lane of the highway, her arms outstretched in a strange way. Some video
She's running like
commenters even
Naruto.
suggested that it looks like the woman has no head. Now, Pedro Olives
Oh,
actually
looks like she has
thought he
long
might be
hair and she's
hallucinating
kind
at
of
first,
bent
as
forward.
He was extremely tired from his long drive home. But
So he didn't
later,
see it?
He checks his dash cam footage, and he is shocked to discover that the woman
So-
was...
That's one thing for me. Like, maybe this was a new dash cam. So if it's new, yeah, you might check it just to see, you know, it's a new toy. I want to check it, right? But for me, like, we have security cameras at the house, and I used to check them more often than I do. And I might check them like on the weekend, like now. But there's a lot of time where unless there's really something weird that happens, I'm not checking them. So what made him check this? And then say, oh, look, I found this thing. I mean, it could have happened just as he's claiming. I'm not trying to call him a liar or anything like that. It just seems weird, the timing of things.
100% real. Eder says he has no idea why a woman would be running down the dangerous and busy highway so
See, it
late
does
at
look like she has a
night.
head.
He says that he thinks he might
Just
have
looks
captured
weird.
a ghost on camera. But what do you think? Is this encounter paranormal or just weird?
The arms look
You
really
decide.
long, too.
More
I
than
don't
he
know.
bargained for. Paranormal investigators Tomo and
All right,
Hiro-
again, I
It
don't
turns out that the previous
don't
owner
care.
tried but the apartment's dark history. But then, Taguchi starts to have trouble sleeping. He says that he experienced sleep paralysis, during which he
Dude, what was I just talking about? Go watch Queso's video on, I think it's like, it's Silent, it's not Silent Hill, because that's something else. But it's like Silent Sleep or Silent Spill or Silent something or other. He just posted it within the last 2 weeks. Go check that out.
sees a distorted, laughing face right above him as he lays in bed, unable to move. Tomo and Hiro decide to set up 2 static cameras of collected footage. She is sleeping. This happens.
All right, let's take a look. Well, that's him. So he's definitely in some distress, right? What? Maybe he's being choked or something? Yeah, that's what's happening. I'd also like to say, because I'm a Catholic and a Christian and a believer, I don't know why. If you're not a believer, I understand, because you don't think about it. But I also get in the moment who thinks about things. But the amount of time this has gone on, I would have started asking God for help in this. No one ever does that.
Taguchi appears to be suffering from a horrible nightmare as he grabs at his neck, seemingly in pain. He wakes up in an absolute panic. But
That's it?
did you see it?
No,
A
I
pale
didn't.
figure seems to materialize in the hallway. The apparition appears to be watching Taguchi as
Oh,
he
I see a
struggles
pair
in
of
his
feet
sleep.
and legs.
Taguchi finally wakes and
The problem is, again, the grainy pixelated footage that could have been added. It kind of looks like a video game. I hate to agree with Queso on this because I think that's not the best debunking method, but that one is kind of
the
eh.
figure disappears into thin air.
I get
But
it.
there's something even stranger, because the second camera pointed at the hallway loses focus at the exact same time of the incident, and a distorted face seems to appear right in front of the camera.
That looks even worse. I kind of see it, sort of. Nah, I don't like it.
So could this be the same bizarre face that Taguchi
Could be
claims he has
coincidental.
seen at night?
I don't like
The
that one.
Ogatoki team
That's not
believes
good
that
proof.
Taguchi might be haunted by the
I don't like this
spirit
video.
of the previous owner. But you can
I like
decide for
something that's a little
yourself
more
and
clear
watch
cut.
the entire investigation
That
all on
nurse
the
walking
YouTube
across,
channel,
clear cut.
Ogatoki Film.
We can talk about that.
Shake, rattle, and
The feet in the hallway, that angle was
A
much
music
better than
composer
the
named Henning from
second
Oslo,
camera.
Norway,
All right,
is
skip ahead. Skip. Oh, wait. I went too far, guys. No, I went too far.
So one day, Henning hears noise from his attic door.
Sorry about that.
And
Sorry.
grabs his phone to record.
What do you guys think? Have we seen a real ghost in this so far? Are you guys convinced? Some knocking. You can see a shadow back there. I hate that. Because it makes me think there's somebody standing right behind there. There's a shadow kind of wavering on the door itself, too. It'd be funnier if the door slammed shut real quick, too, right now. Wham! Oh, I called it!
The door latch to Henning's attic shakes and rattles around as if someone is trying
I
to
called
open the
it.
door. But when Henning snatches the door open, there's no one there. And then the door suddenly slams shut on its own. Now,
The
there's
problem
very
with
little
all of
extra
this
info on this clip. So
is you
it a
can
real
motorize
paranormal
all this to
encounter,
happen.
or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You
Queso would say
decide.
fishing string, but
Caught
I
on
think
camera.
as quickly as that shut,
TikTok user Summer,
that would
who's
be a
mother
more
of two,
motorized
lives in a
device
small house
shutting
in
the
an
door.
old town in rural Georgia. Late one night,
Can't believe I
Summer
called
takes
that.
her phone out to record a quick video in her backyard, but she immediately notices something that is absolutely unnerving.
Y'all, I am in my yard. Watch my face. This is not an app doing this. This is my yard. The church is behind me. Watch my face. Church, you can see straight through me. I kid you not. Look at this. Whoa.
Seems
On
like a
camera, Summer's
glitch in the
face seems
camera to be
twist and
honest.
distort into something unrecognizable.
It does
as
look
she
like a
simply moves around
zombie
in her own
face.
backyard. Summer says that she is deeply worried that the strange old church across the street might be the cause
Looks like a house.
of the creepy occurrence. She
What a
attempts
small
to find
church.
information about the history of the old church, but she hits a dead end and is left with no answer.
So I'm always of two minds of this. Because I said I'm a believer. So a lot of this stuff could actually be spirits or demonic. That absolutely could be the case. but there's so much there to debunk this that I don't know if any of these are real. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.
So did Summer catch a bizarre paranormal visual disturbance on camera?
Marley Charlie.
Or just what
It's a great
is
username.
going on here?
It looks like that's kind of
The
weird
most haunted
catch too.
cemetery.
But it does look like
Popular YouTuber Franco
as she's
TV is
scanning
known for exploring terrifying
the
abandoned
video input
locations in
can't
the
keep up
US.
with
But for the first
the input,
time ever, Franco
and so
traveled
it's
south to the country of Peru to investigate the quote most
scaling
haunted
it. It's
cemetery in South America, the Presbítero
stretching
Maestro
the image.
Cemetery. The giant graveyard
That's
is
what it looks
well
like to
known
me.
by locals who claim that the place attracts witches who perform dark
I think-
rituals with the bones of
I
the
think I've
deceased.
seen.
As Frank explores, he
Well,
finds
I don't know
signs
if I've
of
seen this
witchcraft
particular cemetery
everywhere.
or this particular
Tombs
video,
filled with burnt-out candles,
but I've seen.
voodoo dolls, and bizarre
Yeah.
notes.
I've
One of
seen
the tombs
similar.
belongs to a world-famous alleged witch, Gregoria Camacho.
Personally, why? Why are you going out there looking for this crap? I do find it entertaining. I'm glad you bring back the footage. I'll watch it. But for me personally, no, not doing that.
Who died
Get
in
out of here.
1997. Fans from all over the globe flocked to her grave to carve their names and leave candles and offerings. And when Franco finds her crypt, something happens that he simply cannot explain.
A witch who was buried here. Now apparently she did good and bad, but mostly dark stuff. So on the top of her tomb they sprayed
This dude sounds like the Sasquatch videos. But in the tomb, dark stuff.
painted witch of Satan and stuff. But her tomb is actually kind of different from all the others because you could see a skull and bones, which kind of represents something very, very dark. But this is actually her tomb right here. Her name is Gregoria Camacho, or Gregoria, something like that.
Gregoria.
Torture names. And you can see how other witches would carve their names in here and leave candles and trinkets. That looks like it says Camila. And if you look out here,
One other thing that I was thinking of. So, as Christians, we should absolutely believe in witches and witchcraft. Does that not look like a face on... Does she have a face on her tomb? Because that looks just like a face. That's just maybe I paused at the right time. But the Bible tells us not to dabble in magic, meaning magic's real, and we shouldn't mess around with it. So that being said, there you go.
you can see where they put all the candles.
Oh, it was a
It's
cross.
different from all the others because they put all these candles here and candies. Isn't it?
That's a bird. That's a bird. It's a bird.
What the hell did I just hear? It sounded like somebody laughing.
It's a bird.
Thing is, on the maps, this area is blocked off.
Like a pelican or something.
So once you walk back here, there's nowhere else you can go. Listen, listen. Hello?
It's a bird.
Georgina?
I think it's a
There's
bird.
literally no one here. Oh, okay. Well, I got creeped out.
It's wildlife.
Franco hears what can only be described as a sinister and mocking laugh.
I get
coming
it.
from somewhere in the graveyard. And
I get
that's
it.
not the only strange event that Franco experiences that night. As he searches through open and abandoned crypts, he captures something downright chilling.
Right in there. I don't know if those are the remains.
And the reason why I continue to say it's a bird, and I think it is birds tend to repeat their call almost precisely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or however many caws that was, or giggles, or whatever you want to call it, however many noises, and then it stops, then it repeats, dun 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 dun, and then waits, pauses for a minute, and then right back into it, and the same exact pattern. So birds absolutely do that all the time.
It looks like a sock. There's something tied up. Here, let me zoom in. I'm gonna be able to zoom in a lot more on post-editing, so it looks like it could be, there's something hairy there. Huh, that looks like a dead animal or something.
Yeah, not great. Somebody's living down there.
So creepy.
I don't disagree, it is
Just got
creepy.
The
But
K2 meter. ¿Alguien estás aquí adentro? ¿Tú puedes decirme tu nombre? Oh, look at this. There's X's. You see that? On the side of the wall. Oh, that's interesting. That's something that's...
I could swear I just heard a voice.
When you see X mark, it's like they have something they want you to do, and they call upon the spirit to doing it.
Did you hear it? Franco doesn't notice, but a faint female voice can be heard whispering, "Hola."
You see that?
okay, yeah, I did hear that. Disembodied voices are
Giant
harder.
Historic Cemetery is also the final resting place
But again,
for another well-known
why is he by
figure,
himself?
Ricardo Espiel, a young boy who tragically died when he was only 6 years old. The boy Ricardo is said to be a benevolent and protective spirit. Visitors claim that the boy's ghost grants wishes and blessings to true
Could have just been
believers.
somebody behind him.
But when Franco inspects the young boy's gravestone, he captures something downright chilling.
Now I am making my way towards another tomb of a child named Ricardo.
He got a lot of stuff.
Now, apparently Ricardo grants blessings and wishes to everyone who comes to him, seeking help. He is a very well-known spirit that protects this graveyard. Well, one, protects it, and two, also offers blessings to everyone who shows up here. I wanted to see if I can read what this says.
In memory of
La memoraria de Ricardo M. Espaillat, sus amigos, 8 de Agosto, December 1887. Ricardo Espaillat, Mariano Nuevo. Now, what's more
that's a little
interesting
more
about this
difficult,
is that in
but
the
the
back,
light moving
you could see all the prayers
around.
from everyone and all the blessings. And what's more interesting is that it even says gracias, like pretty much thank you for making these blessings come true. Any blessing you want, it'll be blessed by Ricardo.
A pale, translucent arm
Hey,
seems to reach
bless my
out to the
channel.
young boy's grave. But again, Franco doesn't notice.
No, I asked
It's only
God for
after
that.
he
I
posts
don't,
this
I
video
don't want to
to
mess
YouTube
with that.
The arm is spotted by some very perceptive viewers. So is this
I don't
indeed the
think you
most
need to be
haunted
that perceptive
cemetery
to
in
see
South
that.
America? Let me
Yeah,
know
it
what
doesn't
you
look like
think.
a trick of the light.
You can watch
The light's
Franco's
not
entire
moving
three-part
that much.
investigation over on his YouTube channel.
Again, it
Franco
could have been
TV.
edited in or something
The old
else,
Clune
but
Park Estate.
it could be
Over
real.
100
Could be
years
real.
ago, Clune
I don't
Park,
know.
Scotland was a bustling community of
All right, I don't
people
care about the
have
history.
Lost their lives. Warnings don't stop ghost hunting teams of Clune Park.
Here we go.
You know, there's dinging and beeping and... What the...
Hey, it's an old computer.
Is that the window there? Yo. What was that?
As time passes,
Looks
and the
like
day's
somebody's still living
exploration
there because
turns
it
to
looked like
night, the
fresh
team
coupons for
experiences
some
something
food.
that shocks them to their core.
Right, that one's open.
It is a weird. In these old abandoned creepy places. I mean,
Do you see movement then? Move the light. Yo. Yo. What is that?
it does look like there was somebody in a mask there.
Yo. someone in that window. Yeah.
There
You
was.
see that face?
The thing is, there could be somebody else in there. And I often think of Scooby-Doo when I think of these things. Like, somebody's living there, and they want to keep people away. And a place being haunted is a great way to do that. So they wear a mask, and they just show themselves for a second, and then they disappear.
Which one is it?
But anymore, people are too curious about that. So you don't know what one you're going to get when you do that. Are they there to investigate hauntings, or are you keeping them away? I don't know what the unexplained sound was. I was talking.
I can hear somebody.
It sounded more like the metal that was moving earlier. Like,
Someone or something can be seen at a window.
that looks
The guy's heading
just like
inside and up the
somebody
stairs, but
wearing
there's
a
no one
hood.
there.
Mask
Just a
of some
few
sort.
creepy
Scarecrow.
noises.
Reminds me of
Whoever was at the
Scarecrow in
window
Batman.
seems to have just disappeared.
It's so
The
quick,
ghost
though.
hunting
I
team
mean,
believes that they captured something paranormal. But
I don't think that's
let me know what
paranormal.
you think.
Yo.
That one I don't think is paranormal. I think somebody's trying to keep people away from
The
the building,
monster
and they're
in the closet.
living there.
TikTok user Jennifer Lynn, her husband, and 3 children. Quote,
Where's the monster?
Right here.
Thanks for the follow.
now Caleb sometimes refers to this quote monster as his friend.
Soulfish8, thank
or
you for the
as
follow.
Her, and occasionally as him. But this is where things start to get
Really appreciate the follows.
strange. Because one day Caleb claims that his quote friend is in the tunnel.
Is your friend still here? Is your friend still here?
Why do you know
I heard that. Hold on.
Is your friend still here? Is your friend still here?
You hear that?
Why do you know the tunnel?
It's like a sigh.
What's she doing in the tunnel?
I said that right here.
You said your friend's in the tunnel? What color is your friend?
Blue.
She's blue.
Yeah, he's blue. He's blue.
Now Mom Jennifer just dismisses it as a child's imagination.
Sure.
Because obviously they don't have a tunnel in their home. But the more Jennifer ponders what little Caleb said, she remembers this. It's a small closet, or a storage space, or a crawl space, or something. But certainly something that a child could interpret as a quote tunnel. But there's even more creepy stuff going on.
Okay.
Because one night, as Caleb keeps
She didn't
insisting
catch
that there's a
anything when she did
monster
that.
in the closet upstairs, this happens.
Let's go find the monster.
Is it in there? Is the monster in there?
Nope.
Where's the monster?
Let's go take his room.
What? What?
Take his room.
It's in Caden's room.
Yeah. Well, go check it. Go take the monster.
Go check on the monster?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Go
What? What does the monster look like?
It's blue. Go check him.
Oh God, no.
I find her.
What?
I find her. I find the monster.
Now, obviously, it's spooky enough for your child to be playing hide and seek with his invisible monster friend. But when Jennifer uploads the video to TikTok, her loyal viewers hear something in the video that Jennifer didn't even notice.
Oh God, no.
It does kind of sound echoey. But if you look, that window's open. Unfortunately, I mean, our house, the one we live in now, sometimes I can be in the bedroom, but the way the walls and everything are, I'll be speaking to my wife who's in the kitchen, and she won't hear me. And the way things echo around their house, sometimes they're just distorted and weird. Same thing, and especially coming from the outside into a room. Did it come in through the window? Was that a motorcycle going by on the outside? It kind of reminded me of that. So I don't know. It's kind of what it reminds me of.
Jennifer and little Caleb are all alone in the house, but what sounds like a male voice can be heard. To me, it sounds like it could be saying, "This is my place," or "This is my house." But every viewer who watches the video seems to hear something different. So, let me know what you hear.
I hear vroom. That's what I hear.
Jennifer Lynn and her son Caleb's continuing story over on her TikTok page at VixieMCM.
Well, I got nothing out of that video.
CII.
We're at the end. All right. We're gonna hide the screen capture. Oh, dang it. Josh, I'm sorry. I see all your stuff on there. Do ghosts use spell check? I don't know. Maybe. It's a little bit of everything, Josh. I think you know that. Mostly it's games, and we're going to do that now. So, to kind of unwind and unpack that, we're going to play some Bulultro. I'm going to stop the stream so I can rename it, and that way I'll go live with that. I keep forgetting I need to do the multi-stream for those sounds to come in. I did redo the sounds, so I should get those. I just didn't have the multi-stream chat on, and unfortunately the video covered up the chat, so I didn't get to see it. Well, more things I gotta fix in the future. Well, we're growing and different things are happening, so you know. Well, it's a little bit of everything. Sometimes I want to share some videos and kind of go over and review what I'm watching on YouTube. Sometimes it's sports talk and that kind of thing, which may be later tonight, because if I get another run in Bulultro, we're going to switch over to Out of the Park Baseball 2026, and we're going to go to Bulultro now. Thank you for watching Glowing Card Gaming for the moment. I'm going to be gone for just a moment, and then we'll be back with some more Bulultro. Until then,